Guest tonight, P Chidambaram, will be joining us on the Congress's legal and political strategy as it battles for its leader. Also, India's golden girls, the boxers who've done the country proud, will be speaking to all four of our world champion winners. But first, it's time for the 9 headlines at 9. 3 days after being disqualified from his Lok Sabha membership, Rahul Gandhi is asked to vacate his government bungalow. Government says it's following due process. Congress says Modi government engaging in pure vendetta. Congress leads a black protest after Rahul's disqualification outside Parliament. Uproar and disruption continues. Papers thrown at Speaker, placards raised. Youth Congress protests across India. Storm over Rahul Gandhi's Savarkar apology comment. Congress ally Shiv Sena's Uddhav Sena sees red, says won't tolerate insult. Sena Uddhav Thackeray boycotts the opposition protests. Lok Ayukta arrests corruption accused BJP MLA Madal Virupakshapa after Karnataka High Court rejects an anticipatory bail plea in an 8 crore bribery scandal. After Karnataka government scraps 4% Muslim quota, now former Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa's house attacked by Banjara community protesters in Shivamogga. After a 1,300-kilometer journey from Sabarmati to Prayagraj, wanted gangster Atiq Ahmed reaches Naini jail to be produced in court tomorrow. Shocker at a Gujarat government event. Bilkis Bano, rape convict, seen sharing stage with the BJP MP and MLA during a government event. Supreme Court issues notice to the centre over the victim's plea, challenging the remission of the 11 convicts. One of the 8 cheetahs, Sasha, at the Kuno National Park dies reportedly due to a kidney infection months after being flown in from Africa. And Israel in turmoil over Prime Minister Netanyahu's judicial reforms. 1,000 protests over proposed overhaul allowing government to override Supreme Court rulings. Flights grounded. Israel embassy shut down worldwide after strike. But the big story that's been breaking this evening, after being disqualified from the Lok Sabha, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has got an eviction notice from the Estates Department of the government. The Lok Sabha Housing Committee has asked Rahul to vacate the government allotted bungalow that he has on Tughlaq Road in the national capital. Rahul Gandhi has been asked to leave the official residence by the 22nd of April. The BJP has backed the Lok Sabha Housing Panel's notice, saying that it is following due process, with Rahul Gandhi having been officially disqualified on Friday. So the big story that's breaking now is that after disqualifying him as a member, now Rahul Gandhi has been asked to evacuate his official bungalow. Where does that leave the Congress party in its battle? Well, a short while ago, I spoke to Mr. P Chidambaram. Listen in to what the veteran Congress leader had to say. Joining me now is a very special guest. I'm joined by senior Congress leader, former Home and Finance Minister of the country, Mr. P Chidambaram. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Chidambaram. Rahul Gandhi now not just disqualified, but he's been asked to vacate his official bungalow as well by the Estates Department. It appears that the net is closing in on Rahul Gandhi. The government is determined to get him out in a way, not just of Parliament, but even his official bungalow. Your response?
All this was expected. In fact, it was expected on the date the judgment was pronounced. That is why nothing has surprised us at all. We expected, after the judgment was pronounced, we expected a harsh sentence. We expected disqualification. We expected notice to oust him from his official house. But all this is part of a well-laid plan and a design. In fact, what has happened is, if you sit back and look at it, the law has been set in motion only to disqualify him.
The flip side would be the law is taking its course. The fact is, he has been convicted. 2 years is the conviction, leads to automatic disqualification, now leads to him being asked to vacate his bungalow. The government is saying, look, we have nothing to do with it. It's the Surat court which convicted Rahul Gandhi. Please don't say that this is part of a design or a conspiracy.
3 mistakes in your statement. It is not the law is taking its course. Tell me one case. As I said, I have not come across any case in my experience where for slander, not libel, it's only slander, verbal defamation, any court has imposed the maximum punishment of 2 years upon the accused. I know of no case, and I've checked with my colleagues, judges, hardly anyone is able to remember or recall any case.
No, are you questioning the bona fides of the Surat court, suggesting that in some way the Surat court was managed?
I'm not saying that. That's for your viewers and readers and each citizen to draw. I'm only stating a fact. To the best of our knowledge, there has been no case where for slander, the maximum punishment of 2 years has been imposed. That is a statement of fact. I may be wrong, prove me wrong. Number 2, the very judge suspended his sentence. Therefore, there is no sentence today. There is only a conviction. There is no sentence. So the law cannot take its course, to use your words. The law cannot move forward to disqualify him. There is no sentence. But that is a legal issue which will be resolved in due course. The third error is, in your statement, is that any person convicted and sentenced shall be disqualified. It's not shall stand disqualified. Shall be disqualified. Somebody has to disqualify him. I want to know who disqualified him.
Lok Sabha Secretariat.
I'm coming to that. It's not the President of India. It's not the Election Commission. It is not the Honorable Speaker of the Lok Sabha. A secretariat will disqualify. I mean, there must be some authority which has to sign that piece of paper and say, I, in exercise of my powers, disqualify you.
So you're saying due process has not been followed?
No.
You believe that
this is not process. Process is procedure. I'm talking about possible manifest injustice.
So you're saying there has been possible manifest injustice done to Rahul Gandhi. Some would say the entire process of disqualification in a way has got weaponized and gone into sort of fast forward mode. The flip side is the Congress got caught napping.
No.
That the Congress was not prepared for a situation as has happened. All the legal strategies, the legal brains like yourself, Dr. Singhvi, you all were simply not prepared for what was likely to happen.
Wrong. We were fully prepared after this case was fast-tracked, and on the date of judgment, we were all fully prepared that this is the kind of punishment that may be awarded, and the consequences will follow, haste post haste.
So what's your legal strategy now? Because one element, the BJP has been saying this interestingly, that when Pawan Khera found himself in the crosshairs of the law, the party went immediately to the Supreme Court, got him relief. Now 100 hours later, on Rahul Gandhi, we still don't know, is the Congress going in appeal to the Sessions Court or not?
Only an ignorant person will make the comparison between Pawan Khera's case and Rahul Gandhi's case. I'll tell you why. Pawan Khera was being detained and about to be taken to Assam or somebody, depriving him of his liberty. And therefore we had to rush to the Supreme Court under Article 32 of the Constitution. That was a way open to us. Here, the only way, underline only way to appeal against the judgment of the Surat court is to go to the district court.
So you all will go to the district court?
Of course.
You all will seek relief and a stay on the conviction and sentencing. Are you convinced that Rahul Gandhi therefore will get back his membership?
I don't know. We have to wait for the district court's judgment, and then there is the High Court, and then there is a Supreme Court. But mark my word, eventually he will get justice.
Eventually he will get justice. In the meantime, what is the Congress's political strategy? Is it to go to the people? Is it to... Because we don't see any large-scale protests. Certainly not the public out there isn't protesting. They are not involved in Rahul Gandhi's disqualification. They've stayed out of it.
Public have not come to protest on any issue in the last several years.
We've had farmers protest.
Only farmers. Only farmers. Even then, the public did not come in support of the farmers. When the, CAA law was made, only the Muslims came out to protest. So unfortunately, we have come a long way from the days of the freedom struggle, when the lower middle class, the middle class joined Gandhiji's struggle and came to the streets. I'm surprised and I'm disappointed. In fact, I'm despondent that, unlike in other countries, which are also autocratic countries, people have come to protest. Even in Hong Kong, day before yesterday, people came out to protest.
Because people don't see this about their life and liberty, they see it about Rahul Gandhi's battle with Prime Minister Modi, which brings me to the question, what is your political strategy? There is one view that Rahul Gandhi will forsake his membership of the Lok Sabha even if he gets a stay on his conviction and sentence. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra could contest from Wayanad. Rahul Gandhi will hit the streets. We still don't know what is Rahul Gandhi's strategy apart from taking on Narendra Modi on the Adani issue.
Listen, we don't have to call you to discuss our strategy. The point is, it all happened over the last 2-3 days. We have hit the streets. The party cadres have gone and protested all over India. You've seen pictures, you've seen reports. Big protest, small protest. We protested yesterday, and I'm told by the general secretaries that there'll be more protest movements all over the country. What the details are, I don't know. And anyway, I can't share with you even if I know. But the point is, we have to communicate to the people that this is no longer a Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi issue. It's no longer that. Which is why opposition parties, which stayed away from the protests, say until 4 or 5 days ago, TMC, AAP, they have come to support this issue because they realize that this is no longer an issue of Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi.
Are you seeing
this is a threat to democracy. They are setting in motion laws. They will set in motion even obscure laws to silence the leading voices of the opposition of this country.
So you see a political realignment now taking place ahead of 2024?
I hope so. I can't say.
You hope so?
I hope
because,
so.
We've just seen the Shiv Sena itself distance itself from Rahul Gandhi's remarks on Savarkar.
The question is, to conclusions.
What kind of opposition platform are we going to see when all of you seem to have so many contradictions, no leadership?
You want instant solutions. There are no instant solutions in politics. Politics evolves. Opposition unity is an evolutionary process. Today, the opposition is more united today than in what was 4 days ago. The cement has been the threat to democratic voices. And let me tell you, it won't stop with politicians. After they silence the leading voices of the political opposition, they will come after you. They will silence the leading voices of the media, then they will silence the media also. See, India has got many, many laws.
Government is going to say, listening to you, Mr. Chidambaram is engaging in scaremongering. He's scaremongering.
I am not scaremongering.
This is the party which in 1975 imposed the emergency.
Again, you go back to the emergency.
This is how that the Congress party should not talk about democratic rights.
They have no argument. If we are even in the year 2075, they will invoke emergency. 2175, they will invoke emergency. This is rubbish. This is rubbish. Emergency was an aberration. Indira Gandhi apologized. The Congress party apologized. And the matter is over. Now we are facing an undeclared emergency. Let's discuss the present challenge and the present crisis rather than harking back to 45 years ago.
So let me ask you in conclusion, do you believe this is a turning point in the political discourse in this country ahead of 2024? Or would you concede that Mr. Modi still remains in pole position to become the next Prime Minister for a third time and the Congress is still fighting with its back to the wall?
You seem to have answers to every future event. I don't have a, what is that?
Crystal ball.
Crystal ball to look into that. All I can say is, Mr. Narendra Modi, the Honorable Prime Minister, is indeed in a position where he seems to be able to command the support of the people and command the control of his party. And as some would say, even command the institutions of the state, be that as it may. Now, the opposition to this has to be built over a period of time. I see signs of such an opposition building up. Whether it will eventually build up to a formidable opposition to take on the Leviathan, which is the BJP, I can't say. But I know, I can feel it in my bones, if there is one opposition candidate against every BJP candidate, the contest in 2024 will be much closer than you think.
And you believe that Rahul Gandhi will garner sympathy if the government goes for him in this manner?
I think he has gained the respect of the people of India, at least the middle class, poorer classes, through his Bharat Jodo Yatra. You can dismiss it, but I've been part of the Yatra in 2-3 places. I've seen that. He has gained the respect of the people for his grit and determination. Now, I think this kind of device or stratagem to silence him will gain sympathy from him. Now, which sections will sympathize with him, which sections will take time, I cannot say. But I can speak for my state, Tamil Nadu. I think there is tremendous sympathy for Mr. Rahul Gandhi after the last 4 days' events.
We'll wait and see how all of this translates on the ground. For now, Mr. Chidambaram, for speaking to us, thank you very much.
Thank you.
P Chidambaram, the senior Congress leader, as events around Rahul Gandhi unfold rather quickly. Rajdeep, Sardesai for India Today. Now you heard P Chidambaram there saying that the Congress will evolve a political and legal strategy. But what is that strategy? Opposition unity, for example, today, the Congress president, Mallikarjun Kharge, has invited opposition leaders for dinner at his home. But clearly the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiv Sena has decided to give it a miss. This after Uddhav Thackeray warned Rahul Gandhi against making remarks insulting, he said, Hindutva icon Veer Savarkar. Remember, Rahul Gandhi said that Savarkar had apologized. He wasn't going to do so. Those are pictures coming in from that meeting that's been held today of the opposition leaders with Mallikarjun Kharge in charge. We are told now the Congress has planned a democracy disqualified press conference across 35 cities starting tomorrow. The question though is, can Rahul Gandhi actually unite the opposition? Take a look.
Rahul Gandhi's disqualification as MP looked like uniting an otherwise divided opposition. But the bonhomie did not last long. The Shiv Sena, an ally of the Congress in Maharashtra, decided to skip a dinner hosted by Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge on Monday. The party is upset with Rahul Gandhi's repeated attacks on Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, a Hindutva icon.
राहुल गांधी सोचता है मेरा नाम सावरकर नहीं है, मेरा नाम गांधी है। गांधी किसी से माफी नहीं मांगता। और मैंने कहा, पार्लियामेंट हाउस में कहा कि भैया मुझे बोलने दीजिए ना, एक बार तो बोलने दीजिए। 2 बार चिट्ठी लिखी, तीसरी बार मैं पर्सनली स्पीकर से जाके कहता हूं, स्पीकर सर प्लीज, आप डेमोक्रेसी के लोकतंत्र के आप प्रोटेक्टर हैं, मुझे बोलने दीजिए। मुस्कुरा के कहते हैं भैया मैं तो नहीं कर सकता। आप नहीं कर सकते तो कौन कर सकता है? शायद मुझे जाके मोदी जी से पूछना पड़े, वो तो करने नहीं देंगे।
राहुल गांधींना मी जाहीरपणाने सांगतोय की सावरकर आमचं दैवत आहे, त्यांचा अपमान आम्हाला पटणारा नाही, अजिबात पटणार नाही। लढायचं असेल तर दैवतांचा अपमान आम्ही सहन नाही करणार, अजिबात करणार नाही. कारण सावरकर काय होते हे नुसतं आपण वाचू शकतो.
The BJP and Eknath Shinde faction of the Shiv Sena lost no time in attacking the Congress over Rahul Savarkar jibes.
ठिकाणी राज्यभरामध्ये जिल्ह्यामध्ये तालुक्यात विधानसभा क्षेत्रामध्ये एक सावरकर गौरव यात्रा या ठिकाणी सर्व जनता या ठिकाणी सुरू करणार आहे.
The divide between Thackeray and Congress comes on a day that Trinamool Congress backed the Granule Party in its protest against Rahul's disqualification. Many opposition faces reached Parliament on Monday in black attire to show solidarity with the Congress's black protests.
मैं तो सबको धन्यवाद देता हूं जो लोग इस एक मुहिम को उन्होंने सपोर्ट किया, इसीलिए मैं कल भी धन्यवाद दिया. आज भी सभी को मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं जो लोग डेमोक्रेसी को बचाने के लिए, संविधान को बचाने के लिए और जनता के हिफाजत के लिए कोई भी आते हैं तो उनका हम स्वागत करते हैं.
Opposition unity remains fragile as Thackeray stiff with Rahul Gandhi proves. It will take all the negotiation skills of Khadge and his team if the Congress wants the project to be successful. Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's raise some big questions now. Rahul Gandhi's disqualification, will it be a catalyst for opposition unity? Are there simply too many contradictions within the opposition at the moment? Will opposition parties really accept the Congress's leadership? Just some of the questions we'll raise. Joining me now is Shama Mohammed, Congress spokesperson, joined by Syed Zafar Islam, BJP spokesperson, Arvind Sawant is Shiv Sena MP, and Riju Datta is the 3MC spokesperson. Appreciate all of you joining us at this moment. I want to come to you, Arvind Sawant, today because the Shiv Sena has stayed away from the dinner that Mallikarjun Kharge has given. Is it that the Shiv Sena wants to draw a line with the Congress, that Rahul Gandhi cannot attack Savarkar and expect the Shiv Sena to support him? Am I clear on that? Is that the reason why you all have stayed away from the opposition dinner?
Let it be very clear on this. Time and again we were listening to the derogatory remarks from Rahul Gandhi on the great fighter Savarkar ji. And then of late also he had made some comment. Therefore, Honorable Chief of the Shiv Sena Party, Uddhav Thackeray, has made a statement yesterday in the huge mammoth rally at Malegaon. And he said, we have to be very clear on this. We cannot tolerate the insult of the great freedom
No, but
fighter.
what has suddenly changed? No, 1 minute. Arvind Sawant, all these months Rahul Gandhi has been targeting Savarkar. This is not the first time. How come suddenly the Shiv Sena has woken up? What is it that has suddenly changed for you to draw this line, this Lakshman Rekha?
Thank you very much for your question. Rajdeep ji, if you kindly look into when the Honorable Uddhav Thackeray was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and if you look at the speeches which he had given in the assembly, on the floor of the assembly he has said it regarding Uddhav ji when we were in alliance with all these parties. And he has told even the BJP that whether you really desire to follow him, if you desire to do that, what did he say about cow slaughtering? He has asked the BJP leaders, and then if at all you have got so much of faith and so much of you can say proud about the Savarkar ji, then why don't you honor him with Bharat Ratna? You kindly go through. It's not sudden.
My point is, okay, you made, Arvind Sawant ji, you made your point. You made your point. You're claiming that the Shiv Sena has been consistent on the Savarkar issue. Shama Mohammed, just a minute, sir. Shama Mohammed, respond to what you're hearing. Because what is happening at the moment is that the Congress needs to... No, sir, just a minute now. The Congress needs to recognize that there are local sensitivities. That the Shiv Sena feels strongly on the Savarkar issue. The Congress cannot demand support of allies if you are going to be seen to be taking them on what they see are regional icons. Is the Congress again first making comments and then recognizing the importance of it? You first make comments and then you recognize that maybe you are stepping out of line, or is it very clear that the Congress is ready to do ekla chalo re?
Okay, Rajdeep, every party has an ideology. Let's understand that. Now, if Shiv Sena had the same ideology as us, then there wouldn't be a Shiv Sena, isn't it? There would just be a Congress. So everybody has their ideologies. But we have all understood one thing is that there is a dictator out there. I mean, if they can do what they did to Rahul Gandhi, they could do it to anybody. So that is why 18 parties have gotten together. All the parties today, in fact, AAP, BRS, TMC, who are not with us, are also with us in this, what happened to Rahul Gandhi and the question on Adani. So what I want to tell Mr. Arvind Sawant, who's sitting here, is that, you know, you have a bigger issue. BJP has broken the party. The Shiv Sena, a strong party, there for years, Bala Sahib's party has been broken up by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and unthinkable. So we all know what they do to their allies. I mean, we can see what has happened in Punjab. In many places, LJP broken up. You know, LJP, the party which stood with them in the last election, they just broke it up. So this is what they do to the allies. Whereas Congress knows how to work with the allies. We have seen how UPA functioned with allies. We always gave them their space, their say. You know, we always let the allies grow also. But what does the Bharatiya Janata Party do? They attack the allies, they break them up. I mean, we saw what happened with NPP and with BJP. So we understand what they do to allies.
1 minute,
we are not that.
Are you saying, just a minute now. Are you saying that these parties that have come together on a single point agenda to take on Narendra Modi? That's the single point agenda that is bringing these parties together. Is this what you're saying?
No, what I'm trying to say is all these parties want to protect the democracy in this country. They know that democracy is under threat. Our constitution is under threat. It's an undeclared emergency. We have seen Kiran Rijiju threatening judges. I mean, I don't understand why there's no contempt of court on him. I mean, he was literally threatening judges. First, they called students anti-nationals. They called opposition anti-nationals. They've called you, the journalists and the media anti-nationals. Now the judges are also anti-nationals. And then what happened? The case on, I mean, just now you heard Mr. Chidambaram. The case of Rahul Gandhi is very flimsy, you know, the defamation itself. So, you know the whole thing, I'm not going to repeat it. So they have understood that if they're going to come after Rahul Gandhi, they're going to go after every leader, and they'll see to it that what Xi Jinping is, that's what Mr. Narendra Modi wants to do. One single party in this country, we all have to follow it, and after they come back to change the constitution of our country, and all these parties are going to stand together to prevent what is going to happen to our country. We do not want...
Ma'am, you made your point. You're saying this is to protect... Okay. It is to protect democracy, you're claiming. Let Syed Zafar Islam respond, and then I'll come to you. Riju Datta, Syed Zafar Islam, respond to what you're hearing. Opposition parties are slowly but surely coming together because they believe that Narendra Modi-led BJP is out to get each and every one of them, eventually make India a one-party state.
Well, Rajdeep, I have not interrupted anyone, so I am requesting everyone not to interrupt me as well. And I will start with a very famous proverb in Hindi. 4 दिन की चांदनी फिर अंधेरी रात. That is the unity you are seeing today in the opposition camp, even though it's still a divided house. But even if you call it them a united opposition, that will last not more than 4 days. This is what has happened because everybody has a different aspiration, different ideology, and different leadership have different kind of aspiration. So it is very difficult for them to come on one platform and drive one point. It is impossible for them because these are all tiny parties with few MPs, and they have a bigger aspiration than they actually, as a party, they bring the strength.
So their coming together doesn't intimidate you at all. You're not worried about them coming together. It doesn't worry you at all.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. The only reason why we are not worried, not overly concerned about it, Rajdeep, purely because we have the confidence of the people of this great country. We draw comfort and the confidence from the people. As long as we enjoy the confidence of the people, we are not overly concerned about what the opposition bench is driving a point for the people, but people are not buying the argument which they want to present to the people.
Okay.
Even today, whatever satyagraha they wanted to do today. See the lukewarm response. Nowhere. They were not getting any traction. You heard Mr. Chidambaram. He himself is admitting that there was no response from the people. There is no traction from the people. Everything is being said by their own people. Forget about what I am telling you, or what the BJP leaders are saying. The fact that their senior leaders are admitting that there is no traction among the people. Rahul Gandhi may be an icon for few, not even the entire Congress party, maybe an icon for few people, but he doesn't even remain an icon for the rest of the party, Congress party.
Okay, so you're saying limited traction to these. Okay, you made your point, sir.
Ask Mr. Sawant whether he will follow the diktat of Rahul Gandhi.
I will ask him in a moment.
Because he has a party to follow. He has a leader
I will exactly ask him that question. First, Riju Datta though, will you follow the Congress party? Today, Trinamool Congress was there at the meetings called by Mallikarjun Kharge, the dinner called by Mallikarjun Kharge. Is the Trinamool Congress willing to work under the Congress leadership or with the Congress? Only a week ago, Mamata Banerjee said Rahul Gandhi is the BJP's TRP.
Let me make it very clear to you, Rajdeep, that we believe the BJP has crossed the line. Democracy, parliament, federalism, and even the Indian constitution is under threat. And it is the need of the hour that all the like-minded opposition parties come together to defeat this opposition called BJP. But that does not, and I will categorically say it again, that does not mean that we are having an alliance with the Congress or for Rahul Gandhi's leadership for that matter, because I believe what is at stake here is much bigger than Mr. Rahul Gandhi or Indian National Congress. It is the constitution and it is the democracy of the country which is at stake. So the opposition parties have all come together on the burning issues of this country, like unemployment, inflation, and the desperate need of this BJP to choke the voice of the opposition. When they cannot fight with you electorally,
so you're not coming. You're not.
Central agencies.
No, but therefore
so
no. Are you saying that who's leading this? Who's going to lead? Who's going to give direction? Who's going to be the leader? Who's going to give direction? Those are not issues that you are interested in at this moment. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. At this moment of time, who the leader will be, who will be the Prime Minister face against Narendra Modi, that is too far to decide. I think right now the consensus is all like-minded parties who are against the BJP and their attack on democracy are coming together. That's all.
Okay, Arvind Sawant, you want to respond to that? The question that even Syed Zafar Islam said, are you all willing to work under the leadership of the Congress party?
No, try to understand, please. Don't deviate the issue. The issue is what? As Shama has rightly pointed out, there is a threat to the democracy. And therefore, we have come together to protect the constitution of the India. We have come together to protect the democratic fabric of the India. And with this agenda only, we should confine to that. That is more than enough. Don't deviate, don't divert. So both these things are very important. And when you talk about the other things, when the BJP was speaking like that, when you formed the government with Mufti Ahmad Sayyid in Kashmir, did you follow the Savarkar? Did you follow the Savarkar?
Okay.
Did you follow Savarkar when you formed the government?
So you're saying the BJP also has not followed Savarkar when it came?
Therefore, right now, the country needs, is very, very important thing is that the democracy is at the stake. The institutions of the India are being misused by the present government. And therefore, to protect the democracy, protect the constitution of India, with these two pointed out agenda, we should come together. That's enough.
Okay, Syed Zafar Islam, just a minute, sir. Syed Zafar Islam.
That is what we wanted to say to Rahul Gandhi also. As far as his issue, you have spoken about that also. The verdict of the court.
Rajdeep,
of the parliament. That also is the issue of discussion.
Okay, Arvind Sawant ji, you have made your point. Syed Zafar Islam. Okay, Syed Zafar Islam, you're laughing. Producer fader now. Syed Zafar Islam, you're laughing while you're listening to is the BJP being overly complacent? Ki hum to jeetne wale hai chunav. You already seem to believe you have won the election, so you don't really care what happens. There seems to be an element of complacency in the way you're responding to the opposition.
Not at all. On the contrary, we believe, and we have very strong belief that we have to serve the people, we have to work among the people, we have to ensure that the poor are being taken care of, we have to ensure that the common man on the streets, their interest is being safeguarded by our government. That is the policy which the Honorable Prime Minister has
even
followed,
at the cost
and
of
the entire
allegedly
government
crushing
have followed,
democracy.
and that is the
Even at
governance
the
model.
cost of allegedly
Because-
crushing democracy.
Not
You're
at
saying
all.
that you're
It-
serving the people. That is said by
Let me
authoritarian governments across. Are you running the risk of being labelled an authoritarian government?
Not at all.
Does that trouble you or not?
No, let me see the distinction you have to make, and the differentiating factor here between us and the other parties, that they have lust for power. We have lust for to serve the nation, serve the people, and safeguard the interests of our great country. That that is something, the message which very clearly goes to the people, and people understand.
So you're saying the BJP has no lust for power. You're saying the BJP has no lust for power.
They will not be able to convince the people.
Okay, you're saying the BJP has no lust for power. The BJP is here to serve the people. Shama Mohammed respond that the BJP says we are here to serve the people. The opposition wants power. That's why you all are coming together despite all your contradictions.
No, not at all.
No, just Shama Mohammed.
See, no. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. In Meghalaya, when they want to win, first they speak against NPP. They say they're corrupt. The president of Meghalaya says you can eat beef. So they are not even clear. They can eat beef. There in Haryana, they killed Junaid and Nasir for just not even transporting a cow. There was not even a cow. They killed them, burned them alive. Have you found out who did it? There is nothing. You have a rapist sitting on stage with a BJP MP and a BJP MLA today. The rapist of the gang rapist, murderer, as well as a 3-year-old child was killed, Bilkis Banu's daughter. That person was sitting with the BJP MP and MLA on stage yesterday. So this is your governance, I want to know. So why is that in one part in Meghalaya you can eat beef and the other place you cannot? So what is your ideology? I fail to understand. So we are standing for the constitution. We will not allow them. Also subversion of democracy. In how many states have they subverted democracy? That is the question we need to ask.
But they're still getting elected. Ma'am, you can say subversion of democracy.
What we are seeing today.
You've raised all these issues, but they still seem to win far more elections than you do.
Because I'm going to tell you, so the media, one thing, the media of course is controlled by them. Number two, they send ED onto opposition. ED, CBI, everything is gone to the opposition. I'm asking them, if they do not have any fear, order in a JPC on Adani. When we were in power, we had JPC. Whenever they asked, even for Augusta Westland, Rajdeep, if you remember, in fact, AK Antony went to Jaitley and said, we are ready for a JPC because we have nothing to hide. We have no skeletons.
Can I interrupt for 10
JPC,
seconds?
everything. We would ask the minister to step down. There would be a CBI and a JPC.
Okay.
We are asking if you have nothing to be scared of. Order a JPC on Adani. What is the fear that you are not allowing our
Okay, so I will give him. I will give Zafar Islam.
In Parliament
Okay, you
or
made the
outside
point.
Parliament.
Let Zafar Islam have 10 seconds to respond. Exactly 10 seconds. If you have nothing to fear, why no JPC on Adani?
No,
why not even discuss the A word in Parliament? You don't even want Adani to be discussed in Parliament. If you have nothing to fear, why? What's the problem? That's the real question. All this Rahul Gandhi is only a smokescreen.
2 points I will make.
You want to stop a discussion in Parliament on Adani. That's the real story.
Exactly. That's the poor
That
man.
you're making an allegation in line with
That's the opposition's allegation.
what
That is
Shama
the
Mohammed was
opposition's
saying.
allegation.
You
That you are
just-
not
just-
allowing
no.
that Rahul Gandhi to bahana hai, asli
which is factually
kahani
incorrect.
Adani hai.
Rajdeep, let me complete.
10
So you
seconds.
have given 10 seconds. I have to make 2 points. First, this is factually incorrect. The issue of whatever discussion they want to have, Business Advisory Council or committee is something which discusses, and when there is a meeting of minds, something they come and discuss on the floor of the Parliament. Whatever has been discussed, this will be discussed on the floor of the Parliament. They
You have
didn't allow this
discussed
discussion.
nothing.
They disrupted
You
the
have
Parliament.
discussed
First point.
nothing.
Are you in
Whatever they
Parliament?
want to discuss, they must
What
discuss
nonsense is
BSc.
this? You have
Second. Rajdeep,
Just a minute, Shama.
You have 4 parties here.
No, Shama, just a minute. Let him speak.
You have 4 parties here. You have 4 parties here. Ask Riju Datta, do they want JPC? Because they know that JPC is something they only political stunt Congress wants to play, and it will backfire on them.
Okay.
Ask them. Ask them. It's on there.
Okay, Riju Datta, 10 seconds. You want a JPC?
Why you have apprehensions about this?
Riju Datta, no, he asked Riju Datta. Riju Datta, do you want a JPC?
Discussion on Adani in Parliament. Tell us that.
Shama Mohammed, it's not to you. Okay, Riju Datta, 10 seconds. You want a JPC on Adani or not?
First, the ED should investigate Adani. The SIT formed by the Supreme Court is only on the SEBI. Then why not a JPC? Let there be a JPC, but why not an ED investigation? BJP is a party of corrupt and liars, and their ideologies lie, and lie some more. And they're propagating that lie freely on national television.
Okay.
If you have nothing to hide, why the PM did not make a speech? Why you are trying to make a scapegoat of Rahul Gandhi by asking him to apologize?
Supreme Court, for your information.
Okay, gentlemen, we are now going over familiar territory. We are going over familiar territory, but clearly the opposition seems to be, for once, speaking in a common voice on most issues. Trinamool Congress also finding a common voice with the Congress party, even as the Shiv Sena draws a Lakshman Rekha. A political realignment could possibly be in the offing. Will that succeed, though, is another big question when confronted with the Modi juggernaut. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll turn to a very special interview. Our good news story is India's Golden Girls, our boxing champions who've done the country proud. Back in a moment.
सीबीआई, इनकम टैक्स जैसी एजेंसियों का दुरुपयोग हो रहा है और लगातार विपक्ष के नेताओं को इस पर निशाना बनाया जा रहा है। इस पर आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
देखिए, जब 2017 की मैं बात कर रहा हूं, यूपी का चुनाव था, कांग्रेस की एक बड़ी नेत्री ने कहा कि भ्रष्टाचार हमने किया था तो क्यों कार्यवाही नहीं हो रही है, हम पर सवाल खड़े करे थे। अब हो रही है तो हाय तौबा कर रहे हैं।
Welcome back. Let's turn to tonight's good news today story. It comes from our wonderful women boxers. 4 of them, Nikhat Zareen, Lavlina Borgohain, Swati Bora and Neetu Gangas, who won the World Championships over the weekend. I spoke to them along with my colleague Nitin Srivastav to understand what it means to be a world champion for India. Listen in, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar, Shubhratri. Hello and welcome to this India Today special where we are celebrating what's been a golden weekend for Indian boxing and Indian women boxing in particular. 4 golds at the World Championships. And with me is my colleague Nitin Srivastav from Sports Today, and we are joined by our 4 champions, Nikhat Zareen, Swati Bora, Neetu Gangar and Lavlina Borgohain, and the president of the Boxing Federation of India, Ajay Singh. Appreciate all of you joining us. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
First, question is simply this. When you won that gold, that moment when it is declared कि you are the world champion, आपके चारों के reaction मुझे चाहिए. Nikat, you have done it twice, which is fantastic. First reaction क्या था?
Sir, when my hand was raised and the announcer announced the winner in the red corner, Nikat Zareen from India, I was very happy to win that final match, especially in front of my mom because it was her first live experience. She was first time watching me live playing inside the ring.
First time?
Yeah. So every time whenever I go for any competition, she always watch my bouts on TV, and she's scared of me watching live because maar lagta hai karke she just scared. But when she was watching live and when the announcer was about to announce the winner, she was so tense and nervous. She was scared. So I could see that emotions on her face. So when my hand was raised, I was very happy to see that happiness on her face.
अरे वाह, माँ का प्यार. स्वीटी, फर्स्ट रिएक्शन.
फर्स्ट रिएक्शन मेरा यही था कि हाँ मैंने कर दिखाया. इतने साल मुझे कोई मेरे से पूछे ना कि सिल्वर मेडल को गोल्ड में बदलने में कितना टाइम लगता है, मैं बोलूंगी कि 9 साल. मुझे 9 साल लगे और मैंने इतना हार्ड वर्क किया बहुत. और मैंने जैसे कि माँ पापा की और सबकी मेरे से इतनी उम्मीदें थी और मेरे को वर्ल्ड चैंपियन तो पहले से ही बोलते थे, है ना. लेकिन वो चीजें मुझे करके भी दिखानी थी कि रियलिटी में भी करना था. और जब मेरा हाथ उठाया रेफरी ने तो वो बस ये था कि हाँ मैंने कर दिखाया, यस आई डिड इट. तो वो फीलिंग ना मतलब बहुत ही अलग थी, बहुत मैं एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकती, वर्ड्स नहीं है मेरे पास उस फीलिंग को बताने के लिए.
आप रो रही थी लाइव. मैं उस दिन आपका बाउट खास करके देख रहा था क्योंकि वो टफ बाउट था. नीतू, फर्स्ट रिएक्शन.
तो सबसे पहले फाइनल मेरी थी तो मुझे यही था कि एक अच्छी शुरुआत करनी है, गोल्ड से ही शुरुआत करनी है. तो काफी अच्छा लगा, बहुत रिलैक्स फील हुआ हाँ कि एक टारगेट पूरा हो गया है, काफी खुशी हो रही थी.
लवलीना,
इस बार का तो मेरा
She was first, you were the last winner.
Yes. मेरा 2 वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में मेरा ब्रॉन्ज मेडल आया था. तो इस बार मैंने मतलब हर बार में एक रह जाता है कि मैं अपना इंडिया का जो झंडा है उसको नहीं उठा पाई और जो नेशनल एंथम है उसको नहीं बजा पाई. हमेशा एक गिल्ट रहता था कि मैं वहां तक नहीं पहुंच पाई. इस बार जब मैं चैंपियन बनी तो मतलब इतना खुशी कि मैं अपने देश का जो नेशनल एंथम है तो वो बजेगा मेरे लिए और बहुत बहुत ज्यादा प्राउड फील कर रही थी.
एक टाइम ऐसा भी आया था स्वीटी जब आपका जो इंतजार था वो बढ़ते जा रहा था, फ्रस्ट्रेशन थोड़ा सा आ रहा था, आपने बॉक्सिंग को छोड़ के कबड्डी की तरफ जाने का मन कर लिया था. कैसे ओवरकम किया, कितना स्ट्रॉन्ग आप मेंटली कितने स्ट्रॉन्ग रहे उस टाइम?
जी मेरा सबसे सॉरी मेरे तो रोना ही आ जाता है वो चीज मैं याद करती हूँ. तो सबसे बुरा टाइम था मेरा वो. बॉक्सिंग मेरे लिए मतलब मेरा पहला प्यार, मेरी जिंदगी, मेरा जुनून है और उसको छोड़ना बहुत ही बहुत बुरा टाइम था. मैंने कबड्डी खेलना स्टार्ट किया इसको भुलाने के लिए कि बॉक्सिंग मैंने छोड़ दी है. मैंने 12 घंटे प्रैक्टिस की. इवन मेरे हस्बैंड कबड्डी प्लेयर है तो उन लोगों के साथ मैं जाती थी. तो वो लोग मतलब मेरा भाई मेरे साथ रहता था क्योंकि मैं बहुत डिप्रेस महसूस कर रही थी उस टाइम खुद को. मतलब सब लोगों से दूर रखना चाहती थी क्योंकि ओलंपिक्स चल रहा था और मैं नहीं थी उसमें और वो मेरे लिए सबसे बुरी फीलिंग थी. इसलिए मैं हर चीज अवॉइड करना चाहती थी, सोशल मीडिया, न्यूज, सब चीजें. तो मेरे पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं था. मैं घर से निकल जाती प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए. मैं सुबह निकलती थी 5 बजे और हम 6 घंटे सुबह प्रैक्टिस करते थे. मतलब दोपहर हो जाती थी, 2 बज जाते थे हमें, कभी कभी तो 7 घंटे भी हो जाते थे. फिर शाम को ऐसे ही, बल्कि उस टाइम कोविड का टाइम था लेकिन जो स्टेडियम था हमारे पास में था, जो सिक्योरिटी वाले अंकल थे वो हमें कभी मना नहीं करते क्योंकि हमारे घर के बिल्कुल पास में था तो कोई आता नहीं था. तो हम घर वाले ही थे वहां पे तो हम वहां प्रैक्टिस कर सकते थे. तो वो भी हमें रात को 12 बज जाते ना, तो हमें बोलता बेटा अब तो चले जाओ ना, अब मुझे भी सोना है यार, कब तक प्रैक्टिस करोगे, कितनी प्रैक्टिस करोगे, इतनी भी कोई प्रैक्टिस करता है। मैंने बोला कि अंकल जी बस यही है मेरे लिए, तो मुझे प्रैक्टिस करनी है। और फिर मेरा क्या था कि मुझे ये था कि हाँ मैं कर सकती हूँ।
निखत, आपने अपनी माँ का जिक्र किया, यू स्पोक अबाउट योर मदर निखत। दिस इज योर सेकंड गोल्ड व्हिच ओनली मैरी कॉम हैज डन इन द पास्ट। नेक्स्ट स्टेप जो है, we have to win the gold in Paris.
Definitely, sir. Paris is always on my mind. That's my ultimate dream, to win gold medal for my country at Paris Olympics. But currently, I want to focus step by step, each time. At a time. So now I was preparing for the World Championship. Now this is done and dusted. I defended my title. I'm really happy to win this gold medal. And
what did your mother tell you? I must ask you this. What did your mother tell you first time she was seeing you live? When you won the gold, you went to her. What was the first thing she told you?
She was very happy. She was literally emotional and she was hugging me and kissing me, but at the same time she was sad also to see my upper lip was swollen and it was bleeding, so she was worried about me. And then I said, "Arey ammi aap tension na karo, theek ho jata 2-3 din mein." But at the end I became world champion once again, so she was happy and she was celebrating.
Women's boxing 10-15 साल पहले सोचा ही नहीं जा सकता था एक तरह से। मैरी कॉम ने जरूर बदल दिया, लेकिन आप लोगों ने उसको और एक मुकाम पर आप ले गए हैं। कभी सोसाइटी में जब आप जाती हैं तो कोई पूछता है, अच्छा विमेन बॉक्सिंग हैव यू, उस तरह का होता है कि जो आसपास पड़ोसी अब या लोग जान गए कि विमेन भी बॉक्सिंग कर सकते हैं, ये केवल मोहम्मद अली को करनी नहीं है, लवलीना बोरगोलिन उतनी अच्छी कर सकती है।
ये चीज तो कहीं ना कहीं मेरी कॉम दीदी ने ही थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करके गए, क्योंकि जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया था तब मेरी दी ने ओलंपिक में मेडल दिया था। 2012 में मैंने स्टार्ट किया था और बॉक्सिंग के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत हमारे उधर मतलब तभी से ही पता चलने लग गए थे। और जब मैं आई और उसके बाद इतने सालों के बाद फिर मेरा मेडल आया, तो कहीं ना कहीं सोच लिया था कि बस मेरी दी के बाद कोई आएगा ही नहीं कि हम मेडल लेंगे भी कोई हमारे उधर से। तो जब मेरा नेक्स्ट मेडल आया तो हमारे असम में तो पूरा मतलब वो जब मैं गई वहाँ असम पहुंची, वो मतलब वो अलग ही एक फीलिंग था। लोग मतलब एक बार मुझे छूने के लिए पागल हो रहे थे।
अरे वाह। डू पीपल स्टॉप यू निखत ऑन द वे जब आप हैदराबाद में, if you're walking on the road, do they recognize you or not? Because Telangana government has done a lot for you, given you lots of rewards in a way. But are you now, when you walk on the road, people recognize you?
Yes, they do. Actually, I remember after World Championship victory, I went back to my Hyderabad home, and I wanted to go and have pani puri because I wanted to enjoy food. And then I saw I was wearing mask, तो ऐसे मास्क उठा रही थी, एक पानी पूरी मतलब मुंह में डाल रही थी, then again I was covering my face, but still someone recognized me, and then फिर बाद में मैम आप निखत जरीन हो ना, then I was like oh God, इन्होंने पहचान लिया। then फिर वो बोले मैंने कहा यस, तो फिर उन्होंने ही रिक्वेस्टेड फॉर ए फोटो, देन आई गेव, देन और भी लोग देखने लग गए, देन एवरीवन वाज लाइक अरे निखत जरीन बॉक्सर वर्ल्ड चैंपियन पानी पूरी खाने आई है। इट वाज सो एम्बैरेसिंग, बट दिस इज मी। आई मीन देयर इज नो शेम इन शोइंग द रियलिटी, लाइक
यू लाइक पानी पूरी।
या
But when you're boxing, you can't have pani puri, right?
No. So, since January, I'm following a strict diet. I
no
didn't
pani
have
puri
no
since
pani
January.
puri, no biryani, nothing. So now when I'll go back to home, the first thing I'll have is biryani.
First thing biryani, second thing pani puri.
Yeah.
And imagine what this is doing to the minority community, girls in the minority community. Nikhat, imagine that, in that community, as she keeps saying often, the girls are not allowed to even go out, leave alone box.
Is that how you see it? That you have become a role model for them? That you can now, more and more girls in Hyderabad want to box among
the Muslim community as well?
Yes, definitely. I mean, coming from a middle class background and orthodox society where people think, especially from my community, they think that, girls are meant to be stay at home and, get married and work at home as a housewife. But my father, he himself was a sports person, so he supported me. He know what it takes to become a champion. So he always been very supportive towards me, and he always told me, beta, आप अपने काम पर फोकस करो, बॉक्सिंग पे फोकस रखो, मेहनत करो. जिस दिन आप कंट्री के लिए मेडल जीतोगे, तब यही लोग आपके साथ फोटो लेने आएंगे. So I remember when I won my world championship gold medal, and I was trending everywhere on social media, and then people were going gaga over me in my district and in my state. Everyone was like, सबको a piece of निखत चाहिए था. Everyone wanted to take picture with me. So I mean, पापा मुझे बोलते थे कि लोग पेरेंट्स खुद आगे आ रहे, स्पेशली माइनॉरिटीज से, कि निखत को बोलो कि एक एकेडमी खोले निजामाबाद डिस्ट्रिक्ट में, हैदराबाद में. हम हमारे बच्चियों को भेजना चाहते हैं. तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे कि मैं एक ट्रेंड सेटर बन के मैंने वो स्टेप लिया, रिस्क उठाया, और अभी लोग मेरा देख के इंस्पायर होके मुझे देख के दे वांटेड टू आल्सो जॉइन बॉक्सिंग.
असम में टाइम लगा, तेलंगाना में टाइम लगा, ये हरियाणा और स्पोर्ट्स और बॉक्सिंग और महिलाओं का विमेन, ये तो एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है. क्या है हरियाणा के उस मिट्टी में, कुछ है खास? चूरमा का
बिल्कुल, मेरी माँ के हाथ का चूरमा और मालपुए मुझे बहुत ज्यादा पसंद है, और मुझे खुद मतलब मालपुए और चूरमा मैं बहुत खाती हूँ. इवन अभी इसी चैंपियनशिप के टाइम भी मम्मी ने बनाकर स्पेशल हिसार से बन के दिल्ली तक देने के लिए आया था भाई मेरे को. पहले चैंपियनशिप स्टार्ट नहीं हुई थी उस टाइम, कि मैंने बोला कि अब मेरा चूरमा खाने का मन है, तो स्पेशल देने के लिए ही आया. फिर 2 दिन बाद मैंने बोला कि मालपुए खाने हैं, तो 2 दिन बाद फिर मालपुए बनाकर मतलब देकर गए. तो वो कि खाना पीना तो रहता ही है. एक जेनेटिक भी हम लोग, मुझे लगता है कि पावरफुल होते हैं हरियाणा में, तो इसलिए कि वो लोग जैसे कि गेम भी ऐसे ही करते हैं, जैसे बॉक्सिंग हो गया, रेसलिंग हो गया, कॉम्बैट गेम ज्यादा करते हैं, कबड्डी हो गया.
है एक कुछ तो है.
बिल्कुल कुछ नहीं, बहुत कुछ है सर.
मालपुआ है और कुछ है, चूरमा है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल चूरमा है, और सबसे कि दिल मतलब विल पावर बहुत ज्यादा होती है सर. जो हरियाणा से बिलोंग करते हैं उनमें विल पावर ज्यादा होती है सर.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.